Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Sideline Junkies proudly presents to you its greatest show on Friday Eve, the special, the way we kick off your weekend, the way we get things going for you. You see two guys. You see the big guy KG. You see me, the Midnight Rider. And what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do a little show. Now, the show, like when people go to work tomorrow, they're going to be talking about this show. They're going to be talking in the break room. They're going to be standing by the Keurig. They're going to be standing by the old donuts. They're going to be standing by the water cooler. And then and then at one point in time, some stranger's going to walk in the room. And it's like, what's all the noise about? What are y'all always talking about on Friday mornings? And then the guy in the back that smokes 12 packs of cigarettes a day, he's going to yell out at the top of his lungs, it is the Thursday night ThrowDown. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. That's what you get to see. We're going to take you all the way up to the pregame or the game for the Ravens at the Dolphins. We're going to talk because KG wants 2 minutes. Don't know what this is about. He just sprung this on us. We got a little bit of World Series news because the World Series is now at Game 5 tonight. I think there was a hoops thing on the lineup. Kind of, sort of. All right, cool. And then we also introduce you to the trio. And this week's trio is all ranked teams versus ranked teams. All the matchups may not be perfect, but they work for us for this occasion. And with that being said, welcome to the Thursday Night Throwdown. We may have other people hop in with us later, but for now, I'm just going to turn it over to my the host, the big guy KG. Take it away.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are here. We are clear. We don't want any more bears. But first and foremost, we're joined by the man that keeps the lights on, the boss BJ. He in this thing somewhere. Geez, man. They done screwed the pooch on this. Like, he's here.
Oh, we got the ugly.
Wow, is this a new setup?
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the new setup. But don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of this before we get out of here. This the old we ain't used this in a while. This the OG thing right here. We'll use this for right now till I fix this. But gents, how y'all feeling tonight?
Good, man. Real good.
Man, I got no complaints, man. Feeling good tonight.
All right. I asked for 2 minutes. Let me make sure we good here. I just asked for 2 minutes. And it's two things that I want to say in this 2 minutes. It's just a small rant. And I say give me 2 minutes. That's in my Rick Snyder voice. You know, rest in peace, Rick Snyder. First things first. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. I'm gonna say this about Brian Kelly. I said that I had let the grudge go, but then I found out Brian Kelly has taken the place of Hulk Hogan on this list. And the things that I've heard about Brian Kelly in the last 2 days of how he fired the strength and conditioning coach that was on 3 LSU championship teams. What he did to his graduate assistants at Central Michigan, the way he treated players, the young gentleman that had the traumatic brain injury, he never called him. He never said anything. Kyron Lacey's dad, he never said anything to him. The assistant coaches called, but he never said anything. Brian Kelly, you, my good sir, are a piece of shit. I don't feel bad that you got fired. I don't feel bad that you were relieved of your duties. I felt bad for a little bit because it was all about your family. So now the beef is back on. If he goes to Penn State, it'll make me just not like Penn State because I don't think you have the pedigree to go to Penn State. I wouldn't give a damn if you coach Little Sisters of the Poor. I don't think you had the pedigree because you missed the humanity part of coaching. So Brian Kelly, big guy KG, it's official. Rap beef, motherfucker. Secondly, to all the fan base in Washington that has so much to say about Terry and his injury and, oh, let's cut him. Let's let him go. We paid him all that money. Let's trade him. Shut the hell up. He's our best receiver. Yes, he's hurt. Injuries happen. Shut the hell up. I'm tired of it. Every time something doesn't go your way, you want to stomp and cry and want to trade somebody up out of here. How much talent have we traded up out of this daggone city? Please stop with this bullshit. None of y'all know anything about the goddamn front office. Shut the hell up. Leave Terry alone. He's injured. Okay, he can't play. What do you want him to do? You want him to go out there and risk tearing his quad all the way off? Like, he's got a strain quad. Yes.
I think from now on, you should allow me to be the person that gets you access to your Redskins news. Like, I should be able to put you in groups and take you out of groups, because this is amazing, the stuff you be hearing, because I don't get all of that. So, man, I got 2 groups that you can work with that, hey, but woo.
From now on, I'm gonna start sending you some of the stuff, and you just go like, oh my god.
I'm good.
But it's so much of the fan base that's crying and want him traded. No, the person we need to trade is Marshawn Lattimore. It's another Redskin page. I'm sorry, Commanders page that decided to post last night that the Commanders had traded for Alvin Kamara. So many people were happy, and I'm like, this is not true. Why are you posting false? Let me get off of this. Stop worrying about Terry. Stop talking about the money. Stop talking about all of that. Just leave it alone. Just hush. And yes, Perry, I'm still beefing. The beef is back on. I had put the beef to bed. Now I put it back on the stove now. The beef with Brian Kelly is back on. It's a whole rap beef now. I'm going to be in the booth tonight. You just mad because your ass is old. You know, I'm hitting all that. I'm bringing the lethal interjection crew with me tonight. So I'm going to toss this to you, gentlemen. World Series update. I'm done.
I thought you had more to say about your family. You know, it's all about my family, being here with my family. But World Series update. We have game 6 tonight, I think. Toronto goes in, plays the Dodgers, beats them 6-1. This is going to be interesting because now the Dodgers have all the pressure on them. They got to win game 6 game 6 to force a game 7. But I thought, and I told someone that the only thing that made sense was that Toronto had to get this game because they had to get game 5 because the way that Yamamoto pitched against them in game 2, I mean, he shut them out and went and did a complete game. I don't think you want to try to rest your ability or your season on the line against somebody like that. So they had to win last night's ball game. They did. It's 3-2 Toronto. It goes to Toronto. Now Toronto gets to do something that it hasn't done in almost 30 years. If they can cap it off and win this championship, we got something good going on. You got a great sports story brewing, but you still have the big bad Dodgers. I mean, game 7, if they just don't pitch every one of their starters like an inning and a half or 2 innings and try to close us out with all the big dogs, that's going to be it, man. But that's where we are in the World Series, man. 3-2 Toronto, heading to Toronto. Yamamoto's on the mound the next time they play. And that's it.
Perry said, how about a 2-minute emergency stream that KG can enact anytime? I would love to. To be quite honest, I would absolutely love to. I would love to do that. And the correspondent checking in, he said, oh, damn, this show is already lit 3 minutes in. I'm trying here. World Series question for you, Midnight Rider, really quick.
Keep going. Listening.
Do you think that we're going to have any kind of heroics that we had in game 5? What was that, game 3? Well, we had heroics every game, but do you think we're going to have any type of heroics tonight that can propel the Blue Jays to a W? Is there anybody that can save them?
I mean, they've been getting hidden from Vlad Guerrero the whole series. I think the question is for the Dodgers, can they look around that locker room and can a hero come along and save them? Because they need somebody. I mean, it can't just be all Ohtani, and that's really all most of their offense has been Ohtani and Kiki Hernandez. I keep telling y'all, for 10 months out of the year. You never hear his name. Then November comes and Kiki Hernandez looks like baby Hank Aaron. That's it. So that's what you got. That's what you're gonna get. There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the boss BJ a question. Midnight Rider mentioned that they needed a hero to come along with the strength to carry on, and they cast their fears aside so that you know that you can survive. And I think that's you, boss BJ. So I'm gonna ask you a question. I know you are not 100% in on this, but how does it feel that your hated rival is not sitting there, but a team that's crafted like your hated rival and the Dodgers is sitting in the World Series for the second year in a row? Thanks for taking my call. I'll hang up and listen.
Oh, I'm fine. As long as it's not them bastards up north, I'm happy. It could be the Dodgers versus the Dodgers. Long as it's not those guys. My finger's coming out of here. Let me, there we go. As long as it's not those guys up there, about 4 hours. What's that? About 4 hour drive north.
Yep.
Is that off the FDR? Where is it? Where's that garbage can at?
Oh, you talking about that garbage can? That's in Boston.
No. I'm talking about the one when you get into New York and you see the pretty New York skyline.
What do they call Shea Stadium now? It's not Shea Stadium anymore. What is it called? The one in Flushing? Because you're not talking about the one in the Bronx. You're not talking about the Bronx Zoo.
I mean, they might as well call. Look, we going off track. I gotta be, grown up here because I get on y'all about going off the track. I ain't gonna go off track. Like I said, it could be the Dodgers. The Dodgers could have played the Dodgers in the NLCS to play the Dodgers and versus the Dodgers in the World Series. I'd be happy. As long as it's not pinstripes, as long as it's not 500+ million payroll, I'm good.
But now you say that, but what's the Midnight Rider? Correct me if I'm wrong. The Dodgers payroll is over 700 million.
Whoa, come back some, brother. I think it's like 400. Yeah, I think it's like 300 to 400.
Okay, 300 to 400. So it's okay if the Dodgers do it, but it's wrong if the Yankees do it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Now, Midnight Rider, I'm gonna bring you into this because we've been talking about this for the longest. I'm gonna bring you into this. Isn't that hypocritical?
I know that's called being a sports fan.
see, you're supposed to be on my side, man. My side.
I'm on the side of entertainment, and that was more entertaining than trying to agree with you.
You killing me.
No, I wouldn't do that.
And Perry said, but just 2 minutes. I might have to look into that. Just go live. Go live for 2 minutes and, keep the tradition alive. And Perry said the dumpster is in Fenway Park. Yeah, it is. It is. I bad as I want to go to AT&T Stadium and get myself locked up, I think I would go to Fenway and get locked up there too. I would only do number one on the mound though.
All I'm gonna say is 2 minutes is dangerous. A lot of us here because of 2 minutes. So that's all I would say.
All right. A quick look real quick at the NBA. Last night, Nothing But Net featuring the man right there. That is the Midnight Rider and the man that's in the comments. One, Mr. Perry. You guys went around the league and y'all really got it into. I wanted to ask you guys a question. And Perry, if you're in the comments, I would love to hear your thoughts on this too. Just real quick, how much stock do you put into the power rankings this early in the season? Because I got a message earlier. Oh, the Bulls have moved up 11 spots in the power rankings. I'm like, what does that mean?
Well, if you were a college student last night and you played the Nothing But Net drinking game, you're probably in the ICU because we use the term over and over and over and over again, and it's early. It's early. It's too early. We haven't really even begun to scratch the surface of the season. A power ranking now means absolutely nothing. It's like if the King of England decided to declare war. So that's how I see it. Real simple.
All right, boss.
I don't have nothing to add to that. I just want to. It's crazy being you know, in the loop and everything. I just want to let everybody know that nothing but net came to me at the very last second. The very last second from the creative mind of the Midnight Rider. And all I do is stamp things and say, okay. When he told me the vision and who was coming on with him, 10-4, man. Do your thing. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I was telling KG, man, earlier, we come such a long way. I think we created the Thursday show for NBA. Just for NBA. We did Sunday for football, Tuesday to recap football. So yeah, we expanded to a whole bunch of other things now, but it was a great show, man. Great show. We're gonna work on some things and some intros and get that old school NBA tune without getting copyrighted. Has that got copyrighted?
I haven't seen anything.
Okay, I'm just I'm sitting on the edge of my seat because usually the red and white logo, I won't say his name because it might trigger something. Usually they pretty quick on pulling the cheer, so we'll see. But great show last night.
Absolutely.
No, I sat there and honestly, I was looking through our lineup and I was like, well, you think about it, we get overlaid with Maddie on Monday with baseball, football. They even give you Dancing with the Stars updates. Brought to you by Showtime Sarah. So then I figured we cover all the other stuff. There's one thing that we don't concentrate on, and that was basketball. Like we don't really have the time for it. So I was just like, yo, let's just do 30 minutes. I mean, we do 25, so we out in 5 minutes. So in the passenger seat, which had a great guest last night, the young man Golf. That's a 4-time academic All-American. The kid is one of the top people that in the country in terms of doing philanthropy stuff for charity. That's all I'm gonna say.
Philanthropic.
So, yeah, there's the word. You knew what I meant. But yeah, so the kid was Keith stepped in, did a great job as a co-host. But the kid was amazing, man. You got to check it out. I know we posted it last night. But yeah, that's all, man. Wednesday night. Now you get nothing but net, and then you get in the passenger seat.
That's the beauty of it, baby. And Perry said too early. He said not much. He don't put much stock in it. It's early, and a power ranking is just a writer earning his paycheck. I mean,
Yeah.
And Anthony asked the question real quick. He said, "Question, guy, do you guys feel unfair that the NBA punished in Miami for what Terry Rozier did, but not compensating him by avoiding his contract, forcing it on their cap?"
I mean, I think this is their second dance with Rozier. So I mean, I think Miami should have to deal with it. I mean, it's not like they're gonna go out and sign somebody of equal value at this point in time. There's no guy sitting on the street corner with a cell phone in his hand just waiting for an NBA team to call him so he can drop 30. It's just, I mean, this doesn't happen that way. So I just think it's one of those situations where they got more information. And you got to remember that the NBA isn't an investigative bureau. The FBI is. So they may not have the powers or the opportunities to get all the information. And the FBI may have had information they didn't have, and now they brought it to light. I mean, you start to see names come out. Allegedly, Garnett had a bout with this, and a couple other people. So, I mean, I don't care about fairness for the Miami Heat right now in regards to that. I just think the punishment for the kid is the punishment, and they just got to deal with it.
All right. Lee Ice checking in. What's happening, Lee Ice? How you feeling?
Man, I got beef with
Nice.
Lee Ice, I got beef with Lee Ice. Yeah. Lee Ice was asked the question, which shows does he watch by the guys on Highly Opinionated? I didn't hear the Sideline Junkies name at all.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
Man. You know what I'm saying? Brother ain't. I mean, he did say he called us the sports junkies at first. Then he turned around and corrected himself. So I give him props for that. But nah, man, I'm just saying, when Lee Ice watches other shows, we don't get a mention. That's all. That's my only complaint. That's all it is.
And Anthony said, but the NBA is voiding other contracts of players on other teams, but they're not doing it till it seems like they're selective and punishing Miami.
I can't answer that question because I don't know whose contract's been voided and who hasn't. I know they're still in an investigative portion of this. So I just say, Anthony, let's just sit back and see how it plays out. And still a word or a phrase that the Nothing But Net show likes to use. Dog, it's early.
That merchandise.
Yeah, it's early, and let the dominoes roll out because you don't know what information they have to make their decisions and what they're doing. It might seem unfair now, but some more information start pouring out, and you might find out some people are trying to hide some things under the table and sweep some things under the rug to kind of get rid of it, hoping it wouldn't come out. But we shall see. It's going to hit the fan, trust me.
And he said they voided both Morris brothers, and they're on the Lakers. And Perry asked the question, what other contracts? And he said the Morris brothers. What other contracts were voided? So it's got to be something else with it. Speak facts and sources is what Perry said. Now you got it. Yeah, because that backroom talk, it don't always go that way. And it don't go the way you wanted to go. Trust me, I know. All right, gents, let's get into the trio. Number 9, Vandy, takes on number 20, Texas, in Texas. Midnight Rider. Lead us out the tunnel with this one.
Oh, shoot. Hell yeah. Do I have to shimmy? I might lose myself in my background if I shimmy. Nah, this is awesome, man. I think this is going to be a game where I think the critics will come out and complain about whatever Arch Manning does. I think you get to see the team that's led by the one-man army, Diego Pavia. They won't follow him and lead. And the Vandy running game has been explosive the last couple of weeks. So I think that's their opportunity to win this ball game. I haven't seen anything consistent offensively from Texas. So I'm going to go with Vandy to win this ball game and continue to climb the rankings. And I've said this all week. We live in a world where Vandy and Indiana and BYU are all in the top 11 teams in the country. You couldn't have told me 10 years ago that was going to be a possibility. I'd have looked at you like you was crazy. Go ahead, Big.
Well, I think it's something we talked about when them NILs dropped. We said that landscape of college sports period was going to change. And you're going to get teams like this, Vanderbilt. You're going to get teams that are not your normal powerhouses sneak in and have a run. Now, how long they sustain that run, if they can stay a top 10, top 25 team, that's up to them. But to this game, I'm on MGM, and Texas only 2.5 favorite at home. I'm with Midnight Rider on this, man. I'm going with Vanderbilt. I just think the balls are hanging a little bit low right now with Vanderbilt. They got all the confidence in the world. And I think Texas is to a point where they're second guessing themselves, falling from the grace of being number 1 this season. It's just a bad position. I think it's a bad position for them to be in because even with Vanderbilt being number 1, they don't, number 9 coming in and being on the road, they don't have nothing to lose. Texas got everything to lose. They're trying to prove themselves to, be who they are, who they've been. But give me Vanderbilt. Give me Vanderbilt. I'm gonna take the over because the over on MGM is 46.5. But give me Vanderbilt by 10. I think Vanderbilt handles them.
Wow.
I to be quite honest, I think this right here is something that you rarely see when you see 2 top quarterbacks. I'll use air quotations with that because Arch Manning has been up and down, but he's still a top quarterback because of the name. And everybody's going to think Arch Manning's going to come out here and do his things. But to be quite honest, I think it's going to be a shootout, like a real shootout, not a KG shootout, but a real shootout. I think Vandy wins this one in overtime, 38-35. But it's going to be a shootout. So, couple of comments real quick to catch up. Anthony said, I'm just saying as a Heat fan, it feels like they're punishing us still because of LeBron thing. And a question for the boss, BJ.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
every team he like is the victim of some punishment, or it's like that. Dude. All your teams got targets on your back.
Oh man. And Anthony said, and BJ just joking around. How do you deal with KG getting too big for his britches? Being that he thinks he created the show when it was you, LOL.
Oh
man, look, I have to address that because I might be CEO, but that man in the producer seat is responsible for creating the names, everybody nicknames. Like you got to talk to that man in the upper, I guess that's the upper left-hand corner if you're looking at the screen. You got to talk to that man. You know, like decisions and stuff come through me. I deal with a lot of stuff here. But no. The creation of some stuff, creation of a lot of things is that creative mind up in that upper left-hand corner, the producer extraordinaire. It's a big guy, KG.
I really do appreciate that. I appreciate that love.
Strike! No, I had to do that. No. That's all KG. You know, that's him, man. I'm just the I'm the coolant to cool off the engine. That's what I
am. Perry said Marcus was waived and Markeith was bought out. That's not voided. Maddie said, good to see you back, boss.
Maddie.
And Anthony said, I don't think Vanderbilt is going to blow out Texas and Austin, boss, man. I think Texas wins by 3. It's that defense and the running game that wins the game for them.
We'll see.
Well, right. I don't think 10 is a blowout. I just said I think Archman is going to be Archman, and he's going to hand Vanderbilt that game. I think if Archman comes in there and plays like everybody's been waiting for him to play all season, like give you something consistent, Texas can beat them. But I'm looking at Vanderbilt.
All right. Next up, number 18 Oklahoma visits number 14 Tennessee. Midnight Rider, will they be singing Rocky Top at the top of their lungs to end of this game, or does Oklahoma prevail?
Well, this game features 2 of the top quarterbacks. I want to say top 8, top 9 quarterbacks in the country as we speak. Mr. Mateer, who was early on probably at the top of my list in terms of quarterbacks in the country, due to a broken hand and just missing a couple games. He's kind of falling down the list for me. I think right now he's in my honorable mentions as opposed to my top 5 QBs. But a guy that spent some time in my top 5 QBs, Mr. Aguilar, I think he's like number 6 right now. So he's just outside of my top 5 as well. We've been singing his praises all year. And I think the one thing that's unique about Tennessee is the way they line up their offense. Their offense is heavy outside the numbers. That means your quarterback has to have a cannon to throw that ball out there, depending on which hash mark you're on. The other thing it means, too, is it spreads the defense out. And what we've seen from Oklahoma the last couple of years is they struggle on the defensive side of the ball. Going forward, though, we might have a chance. But I think Tennessee wins this. I think this is the shootout. I think this is like 34-31, with Tennessee scoring late to win the ball game and close it out, and sending the people of Oklahoma home. No, I'm sorry, sending the people of Tennessee home with joy and pride, and unbuttoning their orange shirts to have some fun for 2 minutes. Okay, boss man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ride that wave with you. I think it's going to be over. I think definitely it's going to be over with some offense. I'm gonna take Tennessee at home to not nudge Oklahoma. I don't know if that defense can stop what Tennessee is putting out. But give me Tennessee, and I'm gonna take the over on this game. I think it's on MGM over 55.5. I think we're going over that.
Yeah, ESPN bet says 55.5. I don't have my FanDuel open right now, so I can't give you the unofficial line from our unofficial official.
Well, MGM is Tennessee by 3, and the over under is 55.5.
Yeah, so I'd take Oklahoma with the 3 because I think it's gonna be a 3-point ball game.
Not so much. Not so fast there, my friend. I would normally take Oklahoma with this one, but Tennessee is going to run away with this one.
So why
This is going to be because Tennessee, it's not going to be the over. It's going to be an under, but Tennessee going to do the heavy lifting. This is not going to be close. I'm going to call this one 34-7.
We gotta throw a flag on the play, man. You can't mess up the Lee Corso. You can't come in and say not so fast and then pick the team that he picked. You can't. That goes against the purpose of the Lee Corso. You got some great point. I like where your mind's at. You can't say not so fast to that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I love it. Next up, this one right here, I'm really, really interested in. Number 17, Cincinnati taking on number 24, Utah. I'm interested in this game because it's a young linebacker from the area that plays for Cincinnati. I'll get his name, but he is a absolute beast. Let me tell you. But Midnight Rider, again, lead us on out the tunnel. Go ahead and squirrel it on this one.
Well, with this Cincinnati Utah game, the main reason we picked it was because it was the only other ranked versus ranked game, and I thought it was gonna be trivial if we went anywhere else. Trying to figure out, do you want Notre Dame versus BC? Of course, you don't really want that. You don't want a couple of the other matchups on there. So that's why we kind of picked this because this does have playoff implications for both Cincinnati and Utah. Cincinnati has a quarterback. I think Jack mentioned him the other night. Sorsby, the kid's thrown for 1,800 yards. He's got 20 touchdowns, 1 INT. And then Utah has a kid, Dampier, who's got 1,375 yards passing with 13 TDs and 4 interceptions. So the storyline is kind of writing itself to me. It looks like these quarterbacks don't turn the ball over. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a game where it's going to be competitive. We might not clear out the scoreboard because the over-under is only 54.5. So that's not looking for big numbers on that. Both teams' running backs are right about 500 yards, Pryor and Parker. Looks like Utah has a wide receiver, Davis, that's got 518 yards and 3 TDs. Looks like if you're watching this game, a guy you should watch is Jay Daly for Utah. He's got 9.5 sacks so far in the year. And I don't know if this is the guy you're talking about, but they got a guy that's a tackling machine at Cincinnati, Jay Golday, with 67 tackles. That might be who you're talking about. I'm not exactly sure. But in my mind, when I look at this game, you got to ask yourself the questions. I think Cincinnati wins, and this is strictly off of quarterback play to me. I think their quarterback plays better, but I do see this as like a 24-17 type of ball game, kind of like their rankings. But I have Cincinnati with the 24 and Utah with the 17.
Real quick. The last time Sorsby threw an interception was August 30th in the 2017 loss in Nebraska. So what you're saying about them taking care of the ball, the quarterback play is going to be at a prime. Also, the Bearcats have only allowed 2 sacks all season, and the Utes defense is getting 3. So something got to give there.
Right.
Something got to give there. But if we talking about the last time this kid threw an interception is August 30th, give me the Bearcats. Give me the Bearcats. I'm going to take the Bearcats. QB to take care of the ball. I see Jack in the passenger seat saying Sorsby is a pretty solid quarterback. Hey, that's good enough for me. Give me Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's a guy he's talked about a lot this year.
He said Cincinnati wide receiver Jeff Caldwell is another player to watch. And Maddie said with Cincy scheduled the rest of the way, if they win, will they make the playoff?
I don't know. I mean, that's going to be the hard part because what we're going to hear a lot of in the next couple of weeks is an SEC loss is greater than a loss in any other conference. And this should carry some extra weight. So let's go ahead and prepare ourselves now. If you want to create a drinking game, have fun. But I'm going to tell you right now, you might be in the ICU waiting for meat. Never mind.
The gentleman I was talking about, the linebacker from a certain somebody's hometown of Seat Pleasant, Maryland. He's a sophomore, Simeon Coleman.
Okay.
So from Seat Pleasant, got this season alone. He's played in all 8 games, started 5, got 23 total tackles, a tackle for a loss, ain't got to the quarterback this year, but I think he got a forced fumble. So he's around the ball a lot. So just keep an eye on him. And also friend of the family. So, whenever it comes to local cats in college, I did the same thing with Eddie Goldman. I followed his whole entire career from Florida State to Chicago to Atlanta to DC. So, and that was because of his dad. And I'm able to sit here and talk like this because of his dad. So big shout out to Big Ed on that one.
Hey, before you move on, where did you say that young man was from again?
Seat Pleasant.
Okay, I just wondered.
You just wanted me to say that.
The one down the street, right across the DC line. That's where you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, Pleasant. I just, so many like sister counties and countries and stuff. I just want to be, sure. That's all.
And Perry checking in with Anthony. He said, "Punish, fan, get over yourself." And the last one for the trio. That was the last one for the trio.
That was the last game.
Damn. We blew through that pretty fast. All right. Let's roll on over into the NFL. We have the Dolphins hosting the Ravens tonight. Oh, sorry about that. Before we do that, let's take a break. Come on back because I got to fix the box. I can't see you. I can't see your hand signals. I can't see you calling Omaha and calling different plays. So I couldn't see. Let's take a break real quick.
Any intro, it's on you.
Okay. We'll take a break real quick. Come back. And we will talk NFL.
Ladies and gentlemen, the intro you just saw was intro to our Wednesday night 8 p.m. show in the passenger seat starring Jack Carr. He does a wonderful job of taking you around the sports world one interview at a time, and he does it well. That's his thing. It's a great show. Check it out. Wednesdays, 8 p.m. With that being said, now we're going to take you to the coup de grace of the show, the NFL lines. So I'll kick it back to KG. You want to take it away?
Yes, sir. And I'll say this. Our lines are brought to you by our official, unofficial line partner in FanDuel. Place your bets and everything with FanDuel. We don't get paid off of, but if you do have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And, they'll give you a gambling commercial and tell you, if you got a gambling problem, what are you telling me about gambling for? Anyway, the Dolphins host the Ravens. Ravens coming to this one pretty banged up, but like I said on Tuesday, very, very smart move of Harbaugh to not have Lamar play Sunday because you got a short week. So you got to rest and you got an extra game. Ravens are 7.5-point favorites. Over under is 51.5. Midnight Rider. Take it away.
Well, if you have a gambling problem, please let somebody know. And I bet you $20 you'll gamble again. No, that's inside joke. um, with this game, Dolphins versus the Ravens, -7.5, over under 51.5. The beauty of this ball game is I think the Ravens are in their sweet spot. I think Eddie Jordan was the man that used to say you got to harvest your nuts. In modern day, there would be a obligatory pause on the end of that because of the way it sounds. But um, I think this is where the Ravens kind of get on the roll and start winning some ball games. I don't think we hit the over. I just don't trust Tua. I think I picked Tua to go for 150 yards today. I just don't trust him. Can't trust him. Can't win with him. Won't win with him. I think Waddle has a touchdown, but I think Derrick Henry might have a day today, just because it's Derrick Henry and they got I think they got Lamar back tonight. I think they get back the fullback Rashard. He's back active. I think this has Ravens written all over it. So I'll take the Ravens, and I'm actually gonna live on the dark side and dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. I'm gonna take them with the -7.5. But I will go with the under
Yeah,
because
I think.
because why my hypocrisy only goes so far. Go ahead, boss man.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a tough night from that team from South Florida. It's gonna be a tough night. It's gonna be a rough night. It's gonna be a lot of Derrick Henry. It's gonna be a lot of Lamar. I think if you get in the over in this game, it's gonna be because of Baltimore. I'm with Midnight Rider, and it's not just this season. It's just you can't trust Tua, especially with Reek not being out there now for the Dolphins. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a rough night. They're in Miami.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of orange seats tonight, early. Usually they come late. The ones that come, they might have a couple beers, and by the time you sit down, you're gonna be down by 17, and it's time to leave. So it's gonna be a tough night, Hard Rock Stadium, and yeah, this is definitely the type of game that if this is your chicken noodle soup game, crackers, Price is Right. This is that game for the Ravens. Get them back on track. A couple Flintstone gummies. This is that. Get them back on track. Get some things flowing. And then this is like a practice game. We'll see. I think this is going to be like a 34-17 type game. And it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be an easy 34. I think it's gonna be one of them 34s where it's 23-0, 23-3. Dolphins struggling. You start seeing less of the starters for the Ravens. So, KG,
I'm gonna be honest. I think the Ravens win this one, but the only way that the Dolphins can win, they have to get something on the ground and keep Lamar and Derrick Henry off the field. That's all you can do. You got to keep them off the field. But they don't have the running game they had 2 years ago. You don't have the weapons that you had. But I agree with Midnight Rider when he said Waddle will get a TD tonight. I think he might get two. But they got to keep that offense off the field and make that defense work and earn it. But I'm gonna take the Ravens in this one. They'll cover the 7.5. I think the Ravens win. Let's call it 28-20. And that gives me the under because that's only 48. So,
AG doing math right. AG doing math. Yes.
couple of comments. Gentleman Jackson, I think I heard that show in the passenger seat, seen here every Wednesday at 8:00.
Yes, sir.
best interview show on the net right now. Check it out, baby.
Maddie said, "Are the Ravens back? We find out tonight. Must win. This is a must win. I think if the Ravens lose this game, I think for the first time ever, I think Harbaugh will be on the hot seat, but not, on the hot seat a little bit hotter than what you would think. So, first time ever." Maddie said Miami covers, but Baltimore wins and the under. Damn, I can't read tonight.
It's okay.
Well,
that
we come to that point of the show.
It helps.
You say what?
That Blade education, it shows every now and then.
It does.
Yo.
It does. We come to the end of the show. We wanted to throw this out there. We have Michael Vick versus Deshaun Jackson going on right now at Lincoln Financial. Norfolk State is up 6-3 over Delaware State. Norfolk State is 1-7. Delaware State is 5-3. But both coaches are in their first head coaching jobs, first season. Any thoughts about that before we go, gentlemen?
Oh, this is one of those games where I think in our community of the HBCU world, this is something that they've been dying to have. Where you have two prominent coaches, two guys that they brought in. Now, unfortunately for Vic, he's 1-7, but at least we got Deshaun being successful early. And I think this is a game where you get the national media's eyes, even if it's just for a week, on the HBCU. And that's what these guys need. The problem I have still with this process is, for some reason, these NFL teams act like these HBCU kids can't play ball in NFL, and we got to change that. They got to figure something out. Like I think the last couple of years, we've had single-digit kids drafted out of HBCUs, and it doesn't make sense to me because the kid Leonard that was at Indianapolis, the linebacker, before he really got hurt, he was a dog, and he came from like South Carolina State. I mean, we've had some guys show, and I think that really the issue is they're just not getting an opportunity. And I would love to see someone with some great foresight take the HBCUs, pull them aside, talk to like The Rock or somebody like that, and let some of these kids go there and get featured. But I think you're gonna start seeing some of these HBCU kids get picked up and in the NIL deal and brought to Division I college, the power teams. They've got Alabama State has a quarterback. I forgot his name right now, but I'll try to have it for Sunday morning. He's a baller, and I think some school that needs a quarterback should reach out to him, bring him in. Most of these teams now run a heavy pistol offense, and let this kid use his athleticism and shine, because he needs an opportunity. That's all he needs is a chance. He needs a Lloyd Christmas. So you're telling me there's a chance type of moment. Don't worry about Mary Swanson. Worry about, because the last name's Samsonite. It's Samsonite. It's not Swanson. My bad. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get it right this time, and I'm gonna say not so fast, there, my friend. I disagree with you. I think that the players that are playing with HBCUs, I don't think that Division I should poach them from their schools. I don't like that, because if they weren't good enough before, why all of a sudden are they good enough now? And as far as the NFL goes, we need someone that's in the vein of Lloyd Wells, who was the first black full-time scout in the NFL with the Chiefs in the AFL and the NFL. But he got a lot of players for the Chiefs in the 60s and the 70s out of HBCUs. Players out of Maryland State, which turned into UMass, University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, Morgan State, and places like that turned into be Hall of Fame players. We need more Lloyd Wells, that they don't do nothing but scout HBCUs for talent in the NFL. I guarantee you'll see a pipeline of HBCU talent picked up in earlier than the 5th and 6th round and 7th rounds. So, but I don't want to see this talent poached from HBCUs. So once they start to be on the rise, now all of a sudden you done poach the talent, and now they're dropping back down. Nah, you wasn't checking for me then. Don't check for me now. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Nah, we ain't playing that. Mike Jones,
man, that kid looking at you like, dog, I'm about to give me some NIL money.
Yeah.
He's gonna tell you, believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Shoot, dog, no way, bro.
But if that's the case, now the one part I do agree with you. If they could get with HBCUs, could get the backing where they could compete and get the NIL money to flow through HBCUs the way it flows through the Power 5 conference and things like that.
This is going to have to be a conversation, because you're talking. I think we all agree, where the HBCUs stand, but I think when that NIL dropped, the disadvantages that they were already facing just
was a money
just
thing.
buried them. Yeah, just buried them now because they can't compete with that. We already talked about like the issues with HBCUs. That was one of the issues we talked about with Coach Prime leaving Jackson State. It's going to be an issue if Deshaun Jackson becomes successful at Delaware. Delaware State is not going to be able to throw Penn State money at him or Alabama, whoever, like Temple. Like let's just say Temple, Rutgers. They can't compete with that. So it's a whole nother issue now. It's a whole nother issue. Loxley just lost a kid to South Carolina. He made $10,000 going down there on a trip. You can't compete with that. That man, Maryland's in the Big Ten. There's a whole host of issues. It's where the solutions are for it. I don't think there are solutions for it. I really don't. I think you might get one of these Cinderella runs where one of these HBCUs goes on a run, maybe beats a couple teams. They stack, they load it. You got the right coach, and then they're gonna fizzle away because they're gonna get poached. Like the big guy, Kate, they're gonna come in like an eagle, poach them, and that's gonna be the end of that. I don't really see no fix for that.
There isn't one because they don't want one. The team to look out for in the next couple of years is gonna be Sacramento State. I don't think they're a traditional HBCU, but they've been pooling money the whole time. They've had this master plan. I don't know who their coach is. I don't know the particulars, but there's been talk about the Sacramento State team like kind of jumping with both feet into the NIL and trying to become a Division I power. So it's interesting to see how that plays out. Because they haven't made a peep yet, but there's been talk, there's been rumblings and stumblings and bumblings about them. By the way, Miami's wearing their aqua green jerseys tonight. I always gotta give that a shout out. I love their aqua green, and I used to have the white with the green number joint. Oh man, it got messed up in the flood, but I used to love that jersey.
Live looking real quick. Gentleman Jack said Delaware State just blocked a punt by a PG County guy, number 24. Delaware up 10-6.
There you go.
And he says, I think HBCU players that show they're good enough end up getting picked up by other schools in the SEC, Big Ten, and ACC, NIL. I got to take BJ's advice on this. That's a conversation we might need to have. And
that's an all-season conversation.
Yeah, because I can go on and on, but we got to get out of here. Have they kicked off yet, Midnight Rider?
No, we got 2 minutes. So if you want to run through comments.
No, that was the end of the comments there.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
Just any last second thoughts? Anything else that's going on in the sports world that you can think of? Like I think
I don't have any last second thoughts.
Okay. Let's not forget, if you are a fan of volleyball, Sean Taylor's daughter is playing volleyball at I think it's at UNC, and she wears 21 in his honor. So if you get a chance, ESPN shows a lot of volleyball, more than I thought. I catch myself thinking it's a football game, and then all of a sudden the girls come on, and I'll be watching for a little bit because they got I ain't gonna talk about that. But I'll be watching sometimes.
Well, my last second thought is we got the Frank Leahy Memorial Bowl this weekend, Notre Dame versus Boston College for the Ireland Trophy. So hopefully they call it the Holy War as well. Hopefully Notre Dame can put that one in the trophy case as well. So we already got the Jewish shillelagh. So let's go ahead and put the what's the name in there. Go ahead, Midnight Rider.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna see if I can do my best Jack Carr impersonation. How many trophies y'all got, man? I mean, you got a Shanae, you got a Shalili, you got a Shaniqua. How many trophies don't you think need, baby?
Hey, man, when you got rivalries, that's what it is.
Okay, all right, cool, man. Let's get out of here.
Hey, it's good to be back, fellas. I ain't been on here in a minute, not for a whole show, so good to be back on. Good to see everybody in the comments, all the support. Stay tuned for the new shows. We got Unapologetic Sports and soon to come to Moxie. We growing on the Sideline Junkie Podcast Network. Holla at me, man.
Yes, indeed. And Perry said it best.
I'm starting to be the CEO to dance in the videos.
Nah, I ain't gonna go there anyway.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Perry said out like Jalen Brown's spray job. Yeah, that boy, it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that Beijing. All right, for the boss BJ, the Midnight Ride, I'm the big guy KG. Enjoy football. We will be back Saturday morning with the Gridiron, followed by the Saturday Night WrestleManiacs at 9 on Saturday. Until then, we out.
Peace.